Hey horror fans, thanks for joining me for this review of Monstrous. Yes, great name there. Uh, Cast and crew information down below. And we'll start off with the IMDb plot. A young woman goes searching for answers after a friend mysteriously vanishes in Whitehall, New York, an Adirondack town known for its Bigfoot sightings. She quickly learns that hiding in the woods is an evil more sinister than she could ever imagine. Alright. So, let's see. First, I'm going to try to be careful here and be spoiler free. This is a newer movie, so try to be as spoiler free and get through this without giving too much away as possible. I apologize if I give away too much, but let's see if I can do this without ruining it. I guess the other thing is that, as this movie went on, I was just thinking, this is not my type of movie. Wasn't expecting to like it, and by the time it ended, I was okay with it. This does involve Bigfoot. Not as much as you might think, but certainly he's there to a level. And obviously, that's kind of how the story sets up here. The opening scene in the movie, you see two girls driving in a car. They appear to hit something, and then when they get out to investigate, there's something else in the road, and that terrifies them, and you see them try to escape, and it just doesn't end well. And then it kind of sets in normal time here, and you have a girl here who's kind of lost, and trying to find her place here, and her friend is kind of into investigations and that kind of stuff, and he is interested in Bigfoot, and apparently he's been on the trail of some events that have been happening, I guess, in this New York town, and they have another friend who apparently, I guess, got involved with something and went missing, and so it's kind of a mixture of this guy getting involved and doing his Bigfoot investigations, and then having another friend kind of get in trouble. So he calls up this girl and tells her, look, I set up a meeting with this person because it's very similar to how their other friend went missing, and he tries to convince her to go along with them, kind of misleading this person that's going to be in the meeting. And then it turns out he doesn't go, and she ends up there waiting, and he's like, no, I'm not feeling well, just don't go, whatever. But she insists on going because they find out that it's another woman that's there waiting. So she introduces herself to this complete stranger. They talk for a little bit, and this stranger is basically looking for a ride up to this town in New York. And so, anybody who's watched a horror movie knows that this is not a good idea. Not at all. But, part of it is she's trying to find one of their friends. So, she goes and picks up this girl and heads up to this cabin. They get to know each other a little bit, and obviously the one girl is a little suspicious of the other, and actually both of them are a little suspicious of each other. So that there's kind of a back and forth there. They kind of are friendly, then they're not. That kind of thing going on until they get to the cabin. So as you can kind of tell, this whole Bigfoot thing is kind of put to the side. I mean, it's kind of the reason why they got there. And then you'll see Bigfoot kind of play a role in a few things. You'll kind of pick up once they get to the cabin. So they get to the cabin and everything like that, and I'm gonna kind of cut it short here because this is when we kind of enter some spoiler territory here. But you have the two girls there. They're in the cabin again. They like each other, but there's also distrust there, and there's that back and forth, and obviously, again, we have Bigfoot out in the woods, something out in the woods, so you have that going on as well. So, I guess let's see, the way I'm trying, to be, again, spoiler free and be careful with how I'm trying to explain this, but I'm not huge on Bigfoot movies, so I wasn't totally disappointed that there wasn't more Bigfoot in this movie. If you come into this, thinking, and it's got a pretty nice cover on here, so you're kind of thinking this movie's going to be all about Bigfoot. It's not one of these movies where 5 or 6 people go out in the woods and Bigfoot is killing them or anything like that. I will say that there is like I said again, the Bigfoot part basically really comes towards the end of this movie. If that's what you're looking for, you might like it. It's not a lot, but I did like what they did. I guess they made the most of what how they use Bigfoot. But there's other stuff going on in this movie, and I guess that's kind of what I liked. I liked that they didn't just make it complete Bigfoot and kind of used it in again, I'm trying to be spoiler free here, but try to use it kind of as a background there, and there's other thing going on here, and kind of becomes interesting, and I think once you kind of see what's unfolding here, and I guess see how they're using Bigfoot in comparison to what is going on here, that's kind of the interesting part. So I kind of give them credit for that. Is this the most amazing movie? No. Again, if you're looking for Bigfoot to kill 20 people, that's not going to happen either. Nor is it one of these we're on a search for Bigfoot thing. I mean, that's kind of the setup here, but that's not really the point here. There is a couple of odd things going on here, and you just kind of roll with it, and I think it all kind of adds up at the end, with what happens, because you're going to be there's one or two things that you're kind of questioning, and then you're like, okay, no, I see what's happening there. And I think they did a good job of wrapping it up and showing you why the opening scene had what it had, and then where the film ends. So again, this one's a little bit hard to review because I don't want to give anything away. If I was giving stuff away, if this was a little bit older of a film, maybe there would be more to explain here. But I'm trying to keep this a secret because I think that's kind of the enjoyment of this movie, when you kind of see what the filmmakers have done and the way they've presented it, as opposed to, like I've said, doing the typical Bigfoot thing. But I think there's a lot of good. You have to kind of get through a few things, and the acting is okay. I'm not going to say fantastic, but it's okay. I think you just have to kind of be patient with this one and kind of get through a lot. And once you get to the back half of the film and you kind of see what's going on, and then there's a little bit of excitement going on there, and a little bit of action happens. And again, I will say that you do see Bigfoot. He will make a sighting there at the end, and does get involved with what's going on. So it's not a complete, I don't want you to turn this on, see him at the beginning, and then be like, well, what the hell? There is just no Bigfoot. They sprinkle him in. You'll know that he's always around, but when if you're waiting to see him in action, you're really gonna have to wait to the really late parts of this movie. So overall, I'm gonna give this one 2.5 pools of blood, which I think is pretty fair considering this is not my kind of movie. I think early on, with the way it started, it probably was gonna be lucky if it got 2 pools of blood. But I think by the end and how I saw what they did here and how they set things up and what they ended up pulling off, it was okay. It was okay. I give them credit for what they did. Again, not the most amazing movie, but definitely interesting with what they did here and how they kind of compare Bigfoot with what is happening here. So yeah, I guess this is not the most amazing review because I didn't really want to give too much away. But I just think it's important for you guys to know that if you're expecting this to be a complete Bigfoot killer thing, it's just not. It's more of a maybe a thriller / drama, with greater meaning and Bigfoot, I guess, kind of on the edge and edge of things there. So 2.5 pools of blood for this. Again, cast and crew information down below. Also, if you're looking for more reviews, horrorscoryreviews.blogspot.com. You can find more reviews written and video there as well. Of course, subscribe to the channel for more video reviews. And Twitter and Facebook links down below as well. Hit me up there if you need reviews. I'm trying to get through as many as I can, doing a lot right now, and doing a lot of written ones. It's a big festival time, so doing a lot of written ones, and trying to pump out some video reviews when I can. Kind of goes back and forth. But again, Twitter, Facebook down there. You can feel free to comment on this film, any other films you want to talk about. Always willing to talk horror with you guys, so you can reach me there as well. So with that, I will end this monstrously bad review and move to the next one. So I'll catch you later, horror fans.